Imagine a world where legends are defined not by their talent, but by their ability to rise when everyone has written them off. It's 2008, and the globe is in turmoil, the worst financial crisis since the post-war era. Banks are collapsing, markets are plummeting, and uncertainty hangs over every corner of the world. Yet, amidst all this chaos, there is one man whose mind is singularly focused on one thing: winning. Not just any win, but a championship. For Kobe Bryant, it's about proving something bigger than basketball. It's about legacy. 4 long years have passed since Shaquille O'Neal, his former teammate and rival, left Los Angeles. Together, they had dominated the NBA, claiming 3 championships and dazzling the world. But now, without Shaq, the city doubts Kobe. Critics, fans, and even former teammates whisper the same thing: Kobe can't do it alone. His failures, his frustrations, his broken promises from the Lakers, front office, they're all on display. Kobe had demanded a team capable of winning, yet the rebuild around him seems endless. Some even say he's lost his chance, that his prime is wasted without Shaq. But Kobe isn't like everyone else. He's not just playing for stats or MVPs. He's playing for respect, for redemption, and for the city of Los Angeles. Every injury, every setback, every doubter, it fuels him. When the Celtics humiliate the Lakers in the finals, when fans question his ability to lead, when even trade rumors swirl around him, Kobe doesn't crumble. He studies, he trains, and he fights harder. Each game becomes a statement, each basket a declaration. I am still the Black Mamba. I am still the best. This is the moment where doubt meets obsession, where history judges and legends are either forged or forgotten. In the next few minutes, you're going to witness how Kobe Bryant defied expectations, battled through pain, and led a team from despair to the edge of immortality. This isn't just a story about basketball. It's a story about resilience, about hunger, about a man who refused to let anyone define his limits, but more importantly, who redefined what it means to leave a legacy. It all began in a city that worships legends, yet punishes failure with relentless scrutiny. Los Angeles, the city of dreams, was once again buzzing with anticipation, but this time, not for a newcomer or a rising star. The focus was on one man, a prodigy, a relentless competitor, whose career had been marked by both brilliance and controversy: Kobe Bryant. By the mid-2000s, Kobe had already tasted glory with Shaquille O'Neal, dominating the NBA with sheer power and precision. Together, they were unstoppable, feared by every opponent, admired by every fan. But as history would have it, great partnerships don't always last. When Shaq left the Lakers in 2004, a vacuum was left, one that critics were quick to fill with doubts. Could Kobe carry the team alone? Could he redefine his legacy without his former partner in crime? Questions swirled like a storm over Los Angeles, and every misstep, every loss, became fodder for headlines. Fans who once cheered for him now questioned his ability to lead. Media outlets speculated endlessly. Even within the team, whispers of frustration and uncertainty echoed through the locker room. But Kobe Bryant was never one to bow to pressure. What some saw as chaos, he saw as opportunity. Every doubter, every critic, every setback became fuel for his relentless drive. Injuries that could have ended careers only made him more focused. Losses that crushed the spirit of lesser men only sharpened his mind. Kobe trained with an obsession bordering on the supernatural. Hours in the gym, perfecting every shot, every movement, every detail that could give him an edge. And then came the moment that would define the next chapter of his career, the 2008 NBA season. The Lakers were in transition. New faces, new strategies, and a city skeptical of their chances. But Kobe's vision was clear. He wasn't just playing games. He was building a statement. Each night on the court became a demonstration of willpower, each play a message to everyone who doubted him. The Black Mamba would not be denied. This was more than basketball. It was a battle of character, endurance, and determination. The storm was just beginning, and Kobe Bryant was at its center, ready to face the challenges that would test not only his skills, but his very legacy. The 2008 season wasn't just another year for Kobe Bryant. It was a proving ground. Every game felt like a battlefield, every opponent a personal challenge. The Lakers were no longer just a team. They were a reflection of Kobe's own obsession with perfection. Yet, perfection came with a cost. His teammates felt the weight of his intensity, and sometimes that pressure fractured relationships rather than built them. The locker room was a mix of admiration and fear. Admiration for his unparalleled work ethic, fear of the Mamba mentality that demanded excellence at all costs. And off the court, the storm continued to grow. Media outlets dissected every move, from his performance in critical games to his interactions with teammates. Critics questioned his leadership, suggesting that his drive might be alienating the very people who could help him achieve greatness. But Kobe had always thrived on scrutiny. He understood that pressure was a privilege. It meant people were watching, expecting him to rise, and rise he did. Night after night his shots swished through nets, each point a silent response to every doubter who had whispered, "He can't do it alone." Yet success was never handed to him. Injuries tested his resolve, moments of doubt haunted him, and the burden of carrying a franchise became heavier with each passing game. There were nights when fatigue threatened to break him, when opponents seemed unstoppable, when even the greatest plays weren't enough. But in those moments, Kobe's legendary focus took over. He studied tape relentlessly, analyzed every play, and pushed his body to limits that few could imagine. And slowly, the tide began to turn. The Lakers, once underestimated, started to show flashes of dominance. The synergy that had been missing was forming, not perfectly, but enough to challenge the league's elite. Kobe wasn't just playing basketball, he was teaching a lesson in resilience. Every dribble, every shot, every game became a chapter in a story that was still being written, a story of struggle, ambition, and unyielding determination. And by the time the playoffs arrived, Kobe Bryant had transformed. He was no longer just a star. He was a symbol of relentless pursuit, a man who refused to be defined by past failures. The journey was far from over, but the foundation had been laid. The rise wasn't without pain, but it was real, and it was unstoppable. The playoffs arrived like a storm, and Kobe Bryant was right at its eye. Every dribble, every jump, every shot carried the weight of expectation, not just from fans, but from himself. The pressure was immense, the scrutiny relentless, yet there was an electricity in the air that only true competitors understand. This was the stage where legends were made, and Kobe was determined to etch his name into history. NTHE games were battles of endurance and willpower. Opponents were fierce, guarding him with every ounce of strength, anticipating his every move. Yet, Kobe's mind moved faster than the defense. His footwork, his intuition, and his uncanny ability to read the game gave him an edge that seemed almost supernatural. Each basket he scored wasn't just points on a scoreboard. It was a statement, a declaration that Kobe Bryant was more than talent, more than skill. He was destiny in motion. And off the court, the tension grew. Analysts debated, fans held their breath, and teammates felt the intensity radiating from him. But within that pressure lay clarity. Kobe's obsession with excellence had reached a peak. He embraced the grind, thrived under the spotlight, and transformed adversity into fuel. Every mistake became a lesson, every setback a spark for relentless improvement. And then came the moment that would define the season. A clutch play, a decisive shot, a performance that would be replayed countless times in highlight reels. This wasn't just victory, it was a breakthrough. In that instant, the culmination of years of struggle, pain, and dedication crystallized into triumph. Kobe had not just led his team to victory, he had proven, beyond doubt, that he belonged among the immortals of basketball. NTHE breakthrough was more than a win, it was a turning point. The journey continued, but the world had begun to see the man behind the legend, a relentless force, a visionary athlete, and a symbol of unyielding determination. After that breakthrough moment, Kobe Bryant's career entered a new dimension. The world began to notice, not just the points he scored or the games he won, but the way he carried himself, the aura of determination that surrounded him. He was no longer just a rising star. He was becoming a symbol of resilience, precision, and sheer willpower. Each practice, each film session, each interaction with his teammates reflected an almost obsessive attention to detail. Kobe wasn't just playing basketball, he was studying it, mastering it, living it. NTHE locker room became his laboratory. Young players looked to him with awe, veterans with respect, and opponents with a mixture of fear and admiration. Every word he spoke carried weight. Every movement set a standard. He demanded excellence from himself first, and that uncompromising standard naturally inspired others around him. It wasn't arrogance. It was an unshakable belief in the pursuit of greatness. And off the court, the pressure never eased. The media scrutinized every interview, every decision, every expression. Critics analyzed his style, doubted his choices, and often predicted failure, but Kobe thrived on that scrutiny. Every doubt cast upon him became fuel for his fire. The relentless training, the endless hours in the gym, the private sessions in near solitude. This was the work ethic that defined the man behind the number 24 jersey, and slowly, the results began to tell their own story. Championships were no longer distant dreams. They became tangible goals. Each season, each playoff series, each clutch performance added layers to his legend. Fans started to speak of him not just as a player, but as an institution, a force capable of changing the outcome of a game with a single shot, a single decision, a single moment of brilliance. NTHE legacy wasn't built in a single game nor in a single season. It was built in the countless hours of unseen effort, the sacrifices, the setbacks turned into motivation, and the unwavering belief that greatness is earned, not given. Kobe Bryant had become more than an athlete. He had become a blueprint for excellence, a story of relentless pursuit, and the embodiment of what it means to chase immortality with every breath, every jump, and every heartbeat. As the years progressed, Kobe Bryant faced challenges that tested him in ways the court never could. Injuries began to take their toll. Moments that once seemed trivial became daunting obstacles. Every step, every jump carried the risk of slowing him down, yet his spirit remained unbroken. Fans watched nervously as their hero battled not just opponents, but the very limitations of his own body. Despite the setbacks, Kobe's determination only sharpened. He adapted, reinvented his game, and refused to let physical pain define him. Every comeback became a statement, every performance a declaration that true greatness doesn't fade under pressure, it evolves. His work ethic inspired teammates, humbled rivals, and reminded the world that champions are forged in adversity. NBUT, the story wasn't just about survival, it was about triumph. Even as the body aged, the mind sharpened. Kobe's vision on the court, his anticipation, and his ability to elevate the game around him proved that experience and intelligence can outweigh sheer athleticism. Each clutch moment, each crucial basket, carried the weight of years of preparation, sacrifice, and an unyielding hunger for excellence. In these final chapters of his career, Kobe's legacy crystallized. He became more than a scorer or a champion. He became a mentor, a leader, and a symbol of resilience. Fans saw not just the legend on the court, but the human being who endured, adapted, and triumphed against the odds. His journey served as a reminder. Greatness is never about avoiding challenges. It's about confronting them head-on, time and again. As Kobe Bryant's journey on the court drew to a close, it became clear that his story was far greater than championships or records. It was a story of relentless ambition, unshakable focus, and the courage to push beyond every imaginable limit. Every fan who had cheered for him, every young player who had studied his moves, understood that Kobe's impact stretched far beyond the hardwood. NHE wasn't just a basketball player. He was an icon of perseverance. His Mamba mentality became a philosophy for anyone striving for excellence, a blueprint for achieving greatness through discipline, sacrifice, and unwavering self-belief. Even in moments of failure or doubt, Kobe showed the world that true champions rise stronger, guided by a purpose bigger than themselves. And off the court, his influence continued to grow. From mentoring younger athletes to sharing his insights in books and films, Kobe proved that legacy is built not only on victories, but on the inspiration you leave behind. His life reminded us that greatness isn't fleeting. It's cultivated, nurtured, and shared. And though his time ended far too soon, the lessons he imparted continue to resonate. Every basket, every lesson, every story of his tireless work ethic lives on in the hearts of fans and athletes alike. Kobe Bryant's journey was a testament to human potential, a vivid example of how ambition, resilience, and passion can create a legacy that endures long after the final whistle. In remembering Kobe, we celebrate more than a player. We celebrate a symbol of determination, an eternal motivator, and a legend whose spirit will forever inspire the world to chase greatness no matter the obstacles.